budget. The reason I say we hesitant to make promises is we really pushed to get a new clinic somewhere in the south because we've got such big distances. We got finally $1 million for a rural clinic. You know where the rural clinic got built? Where? No.
Las Cruces.
Las Cruces, no. I want you to guess, because I want it to be offensive when I finally tell you. I want you to be as offended as I am and understand that you can win the fights and still lose the fights.
Farmington?
Farmington, no.
Rio Rancho.
Rio Rancho, yes. All right. Rio Rancho. They can drive 40 minutes from Rio Rancho and get to Albuquerque, and they left you all driving 4.5 hours without improving service. That's, yeah.
This is a second to that question. I'm a DAV van driver that makes relay
Yes.
trips to Albuquerque.
Right.
And some of these old gentlemen, they're World War II guys. They're in their late 80s. When they get on that van at 1 o'clock in the morning, they get back at 7 or 8 at night. Now that's ridiculous. You know, young guys, even us as Vietnam vets, that's hard. It's getting harder on us geezers. We're getting there.
Yeah. And so what I absolutely believe is I've said that we need to hit the reset button. We need to hit the VA reset button because it's not functional. And so I put a bill in, and again, we didn't get it passed, but we put it in to force the system. Number one, they were paying, 6 years ago, they were giving you 11 cents a mile. You couldn't put air in your tires for 11 cents a mile. And so it was us that put in the bill to say you'll pay them at going rate, 44 cents. You're actually, I think, getting 44 cents now. And they actually did it because of that bill. But the second thing we said is if you have to go more than a certain distance, I can't remember, 70, 150 miles, that you should be able to go to a local doctor. Now, how much do you all get paid mileage for one guy driving up to Albuquerque?
If it's your personal vehicle, it's somewhere around $205.
Right, 200,
Is it?
$205 is close enough for
He
discussion.
goes more often, so he knows.
$195.
195.
195. We're bidding it down. Now, does anything seem really foolish to you about that? We got onto this because of a vet. I tend to focus on individual problems, not system. So we could complain about the VA, but instead I complain about this guy in the VA. He was doing what you were talking about. He had diabetes and they were bringing him up to Albuquerque 4 hours or something, 3.5. With diabetes, his legs weren't circulating properly. 4 hours up, 4 hours back. And he complained, and so I took it and I said, you've got to let this guy contract locally. You can't put him in the car. He ended up losing one leg and another leg and then died because of the circulation problems that he faced. And the VA would never do it. Now, this 195 is for what? What commodity are we paying for? Health care?
No. Travel.
Gasoline. So the VA insists that we spend money on gasoline. So you got VA medical and VA whatever. This goes under the whatever. You wouldn't take $1 away from medical care. You would take away dollars from some travel budget down here that is not medical care. And I will guarantee you, any doctor in town, you don't have to give them $195. You could probably give them a third, but let's just say a half. You just say give them $90. Any doctor in town will take a veteran for $90. I had a doctor about 2 or 3 months ago tell me over to let you know how much they get reimbursed by the government for things. He brought, some woman came to see him in Las Cruces. He saw the woman, that's been an office call. She had some problem. He did outpatient surgery right then, that's now a surgery. And then he let her wait around for the rest of the morning and checked her out, so he now had another office call. And for all of that time, he got like $16, it may have been 25. $25, that's the reason that doctors don't want to take Medicare patients. because they don't get reimbursed. We don't have to take any medical money, we just have to drive fewer miles, make it more convenient on the veterans, and take gas money, we spend less money for Venezuelan oil. It's a win, 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 and we can't get them to do it, and it's time for us to hit the reset. And so over here, huh? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. This logic thing keeps creeping in on us. It's an accusation that I just have to admit. Okay, so that should be one of these participation things that maybe you could help take on this effort to lead the webpage to bring some common sense to this thing for rural states, again, small rural. This is the question. The money goes into a big, if they start taking money and putting it into local clinics, it goes to small. And if they keep people coming to big places, then it goes to big. You see how it's not Democrat, Republican, this is small versus large. So again, that question there. Huge question. Murray.
I'm very much appreciative for you taking the time to bring us up to date. We all realize in only 30 days or so, the moment of truth is rapidly approaching. I do not consider myself a member of the Sky is Falling club. But sometimes I think we might have let it go ahead and fall. We wouldn't be any worse off than we are now. I think we're in a full-blown crisis. Those of us in this district have a unique privilege. We can take part. We can participate. Just our good luck that we have Steve running to take a seat in the state Congress and in the federal Congress and have something to say about it. But I don't think I can always state the crisis we have. You mentioned the Constitution. The key element of the Constitution called initiation. People can get together and decide we need to correct this, so let's get going doing it. The present administration, parenthetically, years ago, Barry Rogart put out a book called None Dare Treason. Now we're talking about None Dare Conspiracy. Top guys don't get what they want in moral, fair, constitutional heat. They'll resort to the courts. That's happened so many times around the country. And that is in very, very serious trouble. And I think we're very, very fortunate being able to have a voice in the next Congress. We certainly wish you well.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Murray has reminded me that in this participation column, we should have our courts. We have huge problems with our courts. We're lawsuiting ourselves into bad economy. We haven't built a refinery in the country in 30 years. And now we're importing raw gasoline for the first time. It's very hard to import gasoline, very unstable. And we're importing it in large tankers because we will not let ourselves build refineries because of lawsuits. Do you know an offensive thing that most of the lawsuits that are brought by the extreme groups, you pay taxes. You pay their lawyers $400 to $600 per hour to bring the suits. In other words, they bring the suits and then the federal government reimburses them for the cost to kill your job.